I'm not sure I've told anyone this story. This is the first time I'm saying it. What drove me into the supernatural? I couldn't fast. Okay, I did till 5 p.m. So I tried. I did till 5 p.m. So that was the longest I could do. Something happened. A pastor, he came to my house. We were together. I got a place, I was living, and we're praying. But I would leave the house because he's with his wife. So I'll give them space. Sometimes when they're lying down, I'll lie down on the floor. So one day he was screaming in the middle of the night, some minutes past 2, shaking his wife. Dupe, 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 Dupe. She had passed out. I was staying in Shagamu. Shagamu is on your way to Lagos. If you are going to redemption camp. Yeah, I stayed in Shagamu for 5 months. So, Dupe, 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 Dupe. Dupe had passed out. And I started crying. We prayed and prayed. And me in those days, I used to give up easily. If I pray, it doesn't work. Let's rest. No, I never knew about persistent and importunity. So we started praying. And we prayed. And the brother stood up, went, locked the door, and kept it. He said, Baba! Olua! And began to shout. So I asked him, why? I understand, Baba. I understand. Olua, why you locked on? Why you? No, I understand, Baba. I understand. If you know, I know a lot of Yoruba songs and all that. I was gravitating towards the West because I was in Shagamu. So I understand, Baba. So why he was praying, I tap him. He said, nobody's going out, until Dupe comes back. This was on Minister 3. We began to pray. We began to pray. We began to pray. We prayed till the whole evening. She was cold. This brother, he will pray. We'll get to a point. He will sit down. I said, what is this? Open door. It was getting to 1 midnight. 2. A whole day we were there. Second day we were there. You can't talk of food. You have started fasting. We entered the 3rd day. Yeah, by then he was already sitting down, already getting tired. By then, I've not had my bath. I've not brushed my mouth. I was just looking at him. Got to a point I was looking at him as he was walking about. But looking at him like that. Strength came on me. That 3rd day, strength came on me. I saw myself. That's why I told somebody, I said, my first 3 days dry fasting was under pressure. It wasn't willingly. God knew that if they let this one continue like it will be useless to the kingdom. Call somebody home. Let him be there. Spend time. Call the person back. The 3rd day she came back to life. From that day till now. I don't think there's pastors who have not hosted me here. The pastors and their wife. If there's one problem they have with me, it's food. How can you give Papa food? The way you brought it is the way you carry it. It lost appetite. I talk of burden. You know why? Every time I remember Sister Dupe. I remember that bed. I remember we prayed back to back and she came back to life. Something begins to tell me if I can press on, if I can spend some time, it doesn't matter what dies. It doesn't matter what the enemy has done. It doesn't matter what the enemy has taken. I don't care the cancer. I don't care said the name of that disease. If somebody died and a man said, I am not coming out, took the key, locked the door, kept it until my wife come, and he came out with his wife alive and well. The lady said she was going through a tunnel, and she had got far. She was talking with a man, and the man said, look behind, and she saw both of us, and we grabbed her and pulled her, and she opened her eyes. Listen to me, there is no mountain that burdens cannot shift. What made Nehemiah different? Nehemiah had the same information others had. The walls are broken down. They brought the same story. Others had the same thing in the palace. It was a common information. What activates burden? Taking common information with an uncommon mentality. Taking common information with an uncommon passion is a common thing. That people are sick is a common thing, but somebody takes that with an uncommon passion to say, how can I be around and sickness survives? God told me years ago, if there were stripes, there can be healing. Were there stripes? Was he beaten? If there were stripes, there must be healing.